Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, I'm not going to go back and review the last two episodes that I missed because I missed episodes. What episode is this? 10? 9? I basically missed the previous two episodes. I'm not going to go back and review those two, but I did want to talk about the back and forth between Monica and Lisa last week at Whitney's jewelry event. Girl, when I tell you, girl, that was one of those old school, girl, that was one of those old school housewife tongue tossers, girl. When I tell you, girl, when Monica told Lisa that she wears her age, she made some comment about Lisa basically looking old. And then when Lisa responded and told her that girl, she was like the Pillsbury Dough Girl or something. Oh, do y'all think that Lisa went below the belt when she said that when she said that um what's her face? When she said that what's her face? Monica. When she said that Monica's mother didn't want her clearly. It didn't bother me. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Girl, listen. If it's nothing, if it's not, if the girl, as long as the girls ain't being racist or anti-LGBTQ, then and other stuff too that makes the list. But as long as you ain't got no Jenny Wynn on the show, of course, how she was treating Mary, then that's when we got to have a conversation, right? But if it's just a one-on-one and the girls just going for each other, even though I know some people could be offended or would be offended by fat jokes, right? Or some people could be offended by, you know, jokes that refer to, kind of like ageism. Um, but for me, girl, I'm just looking at the girls argue. They don't like each other, and at least in this moment, they don't like each other. And girl, they were just trying to one up each other. That's how I look at it. Girl, let the girl's tongue tussle. I was laughing. I was laughing. Okay. Anyways, girl. Um, Lisa is going over to Whitney's house. But we're just gonna talk. I'm glad to see, even though I think this was a good season, I'm kind of glad the season is starting to kind of come to an end. I read online they were shooting the reunion, or they were about to shoot the reunion. So that means we probably have about what 4 more episodes before the reunion airs. 4 or 5 maybe. Anyways, Lisa goes over to Whitney's home. Whitney answers the door. I feel. Can I? Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that Whitney is setting it up, setting up her storyline for next season to leave Justin? I feel like Whitney is about to grab her panties and bras and them kids and catch Ghost. I feel like she's setting it up. I really do. With the whole, Justin is gone, thank God. I'm not going to say she said thank God, but she answered the door in her pajamas. I just have some me time. The kids are upstairs. Justin is away at work. Like, girl, stop acting like you didn't already know that you and Lisa were about to shoot a scene. Girl, whatever. But Lisa answered. I feel like Whitney is setting up her storyline. I think the next person, girl, Andy, ask me the question. Who do you think is the next person to hit Splitsville? Isn't that what Andy asked Erica at the reunion at the BravoCon last year? Who do you think is next? Who do you think is next to head to divorce court? Girl, Whitney and Justin. That's what I think. I think so. I think so. I really think that. I don't want to wish bad or, you know, any ill on anyone's marriage, but girl, I just feel like, girl, I just feel like I feel like that's where they're headed. So Lisa goes over to Whitney's house. Whitney really, Lisa can get on your nerves. Like, one thing I noticed about Lisa, I don't know if Lisa listens to people when they talk. I think Lisa just listens to respond. Like, once she hears you have stopped talking, or girl, you could even be girl, I'm at a comma, not a period, mama. Because she just starts talking. Like even when Whitney, like when Heather called her about asking her, Heather called Whitney. I mean, Heather called Lisa to ask her to participate in her book. Lisa was on. I mean, Whitney. I mean, Heather was on like a book signing event, and so she called Lisa to ask her to participate. And like this was Lisa. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Like, girl, can she even ask the question? Even when she walked into the book signing event, she was talking about furniture. I guess the couches that Heather had out. It's like she just talks. She just talks. But I don't think she's listening to what people are saying. If that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, right, yeah, right, yeah, I hear it, yeah, right. Like, girl, can they get out what they have to get out before you start talking about, yeah, all right, I understand, girl. Anyways, Whitney basically brings up how her and Monica were acting at her jewelry thingamajiggy event, and Lisa, I guess, took it as though Whitney was trying to blame her. I don't think Whitney was trying to blame her. I think Whitney just, girl, I think Whitney would probably have the same, I'm assuming she would, but have the same conversation with Monica, like, girl, you was cutting up and acting a fool. This is not placing the blame. Girl, both of y'all were wrong. Period. Full stop. Girl, they were wrong. Girl, while it was a funny scene, girl, y'all were cutting up and acting a fool. Girl. It was funny to us, but I could imagine if I was in Whitney's shoes, how upset I would have been. Oh, did y'all hear Whitney had a cash bar? I thought that old cheap heifer. Oh, I said, girl. Excuse me. Can you imagine going to an event and then, girl, the girls want you to buy their jewelry and buy drinks? These supposed to be the rich girls. Now, it's one thing if you poor like us, but girl, y'all supposed to be rich, girl. Candace had a cash bar at her anniversary party, remember? Whitney got a cash bar. I hate to see the girls on TV who's supposed to be the rich girls, but they do poor stuff. Girl, we ain't got no money, so we know if we invite you out to our anniversary party at the club, girl, we know, girl, we all know, girl, we buying our own drinks. I said, girl, Whitney could have at least had a few bottles of champagne floating around. Girl, it wouldn't have cost you nothing to go get a couple of bottles of Andre. Girl, Andre is $5 a pop. Okay, girl, Whitney could have took herself down to the grocery store, bought about, girl, 30 bottles of Andre, 30 bottles of Andre. Girl, popped the bottles, poured them in some wine, poured them in some champagne glasses, and girl, gave the people a little something to sip on. Um, Whitney says that if you don't agree with Lisa, Lisa basically thinks either you're with her or you're against her. Girl, does does Lisa move like that? The kids. One of Whitney's kids comes downstairs. I think it was a son. How many kids does Whitney have? Two or three? He comes downstairs because Lisa, is starting to get loud, and Lisa is cursing. And I don't know. Whitney started getting on my nerve a little bit. Not the fact that Whitney doesn't allow cursing in her home because her home is her home. But girl, you don't have to keep drilling in my head about your kids being upstairs. Girl, okay, girl, you told me your kids are upstairs. Don't curse in your house. Okay, I get it, girl. You don't have to repeat the same thing to me 5 times. Because at that point, I would have probably got my bag and left. I get it, girl. Your goddamn kids are upstairs, girl. Girl, what do you want me to say? Okay, I don't already cursed. They already heard me. Okay, I won't do it again. This is your home. I understand. Girl, can we finish the conversation? Or are you gonna keep trying to explain to me about how this is your home and you don't allow cursing? Bitch, I understand you. Girl, okay. Do you understand? I'm telling you that I understand what you're saying. Anyways, girl, Mary and Heather meet up. I think Mary likes Heather. I think the two that Mary probably likes, the only two that Mary probably likes is Meredith and Heather. She invites Heather over to her home for the first time ever. Mary's house look a mess, but I think it's cute for her. But I think the house looks it's chaotic. But I feel like that's, girl, no shade to Mary. I feel like that's how her brain works. Her brain is chaotic, so I feel like her house matches her. Like, it's not a house that I would like, but you could tell Mary's house is very clean. But it's just like it's it's like for her, it's like a beautiful disaster in a way. There's a lot going on. Um, Mary talks about Heather's book and how she felt about what Heather said about her in her book. She said that Mary was poised and bougie and basically low key kind of condescending, and she corrects you all the time. Blah blah blah. Girl, listen, I'm with Heather. Girl, we can like Mary and still tell the truth. Mary always got something to say about what somebody eating. Girl, she always got something to say about what somebody doing. Right? Mary, you are bougie. Now I'm not gonna say you're poised, but you are bougie. Girl. It's the truth. I didn't think that what Heather said was bad. If I want Mary to really watch herself on the screen. I feel like Mary may not be aware of how she may come across with some people. You know? Mary thinks that Heather wants I do feel like because her religion was such a big part of her life, I do feel like it's always going to be a struggle for Heather because that was a big part, whether it was bad or good or whatever. It was still a big part of her life. So I think that she may always struggle, right? Mary thinks that basically she says that Heather wants both God, community, and the dark side. Girl, I think they call it where I'm from. We used to call it being lukewarm. You can't be lukewarm. Either you're in or you're out. That's what they used to say at the church. Either you're gonna be in and be for God, or either you're not gonna be, or you're gonna be out and not be for God. Honey, I stepped out. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. Mary apologizes to Heather because Heather said she felt some type of way about Mary saying she looked inbred. She like an inbreed. That's what she said. She like an inbreed. Mary said she do. Mary said, I do think you look like I do think you look like an inbreed. But she apologized. That's how I know that Mary likes Heather because I don't think Mary ever really apologizes, does she? But I think she only apologizes when she means it. So I think that when she does apologize, if you're in Mary's friend circle, girl, you should take it like, oh, girl, she really means it because Mary not just going to apologize to anybody. That's one thing I do like about Mary, girl. She gonna stand on what she stand on. Hello, Meredith and Seth. They have a podcast. They try to knock out episodes as much as they can because they're not always around each other. I don't even think they were recording. I felt like Seth was putting on. Seth started crying during the podcast. I feel like he was putting on for the podcast. I do. Meredith talks about them having a posting up, how it wasn't financial. Girl, I don't know if she meant that when they did the posting up, it wasn't financially driven, or when they did the posting up, there was nothing included in the posting up that had to do with finances. I feel like what Meredith was trying to say is that we did a posting up, and when we did it, my motivation was not necessarily financial. She's saying that when they did the posting up, they did it because she felt it was more so she was scared of losing her kids because she knew moving to Utah, it wasn't a state that favored women. So if Seth did leave her, at least she would still have her kids. I feel like, again, what Meredith was saying was, we got a posting up. It wasn't financially driven, right? It wasn't money that drove me to get the posting up. It was my kids. But in the posting up, we put a little bit of money in there too. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Well, sometimes we hear what we want to hear. Is that what y'all feel like Meredith was saying, or was Meredith basically really saying money? It was no money included or finances included. Anything that had to do with money in the prenup, it was just basically based solely on the kids. Girl. Seth basically said he felt like at the time his job was just to provide for the family. And that's how y'all be feeling, girl. But girl, I don't, girl. But then when y'all wives up and leave y'all, girl. Anyways, child. I guess Seth and Meredith have it together. Monica and her mama. You know, Monica's mama wants to be a peach holder. She wants to be in the opening credits. You know, I don't like that lady. Somebody did say in the comment section, shout out to Feel Good. I do kind of agree. It crossed my mind. I'm not gonna say I agree, but it did cross my mind. What if Monica and her mother are pulling the stunt in a show? You know, like what if they're both in on it? What if Monica and her mother, their situation is not as bad as it seems, and this is their way to kind of get Monica on the show? That crossed my mind. I believe their situation might be as bad as it seems. I do. But I don't too much go off for Monica. Girl, the girls going up for Monica a little bit online from what I can see. I'm not one of those girls. I just don't like Monica's mother. I still don't like Monica on the show. Hello? Girl, multiple things can exist at the same time. I can dislike you and still tell the truth. Okay? I just don't I just feel like I think Monica is fraudulent. And when I say I think Monica is fraudulent, I don't like the way that she came for Lisa in her money and a $60,000 ring when the truth of the matter is, girl, I'm not saying that I don't know the cost of living over there where she lived. But girl, them houses just like the house that Monica lived in is the same house. Girl, them houses look just like the houses in my grandmother's neighborhood. In my mama neighborhood. Nice, regular 3-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom houses. Girl, that's it, right? Girl, you got these, girl, I think Monica talk, Monica talks about, girl, let me know what I'm doing. Did y'all hear that? Monica talks about Lisa in the money, but girl, you got a Cadillac Escalade or some type of Cadillac parked in front of your house, which lets me know you went and rented that, right? Well, I think she did let us know she rented that because the other car, um, her mother, um, took back because I guess she wasn't paying the car note or something like that. Girl, I don't know. But I don't know. I just don't like the fact that Lisa tries to shame the girl for having money. When the truth of the matter is, girl, if you had the money, girl, you will be living the exact same lifestyle. Because you try to live it now, but your ass is broke. That's why you can't live the way Lisa lived. Because I can tell based off the fact that you went and took your last couple of dollars to go buy a Louis Vuitton bag, you driving around here probably in a $150,000 house. I'm not gonna say it's $150,000, girl. But girl, you around here in a regular 3-bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? But girl, then you got a Range Rover parked in your front yard. Girl, stop. Girl, you want the coin. You want the lifestyle. One thing I will say, I agree with Lisa. I think that Monica is jealous of Lisa's lifestyle. I do. I do. And I can guarantee you, if Monica stays on this show and those checks continue to increase season after season, I bet you Monica gonna be right there out of that house in another house, somewhere near, somewhere over there in the same area where Angie K lives. Because Angie K, you could tell Angie K got a nice house based off her house in the neighborhood. Okay. Um. But yeah, anyways, I'm tired of talking about Monica. Heather's book, it sounds good. She read a few pages from her book. It actually sounds interesting. Will Jack go through the same thing that Heather went through? I don't know, girl. Everybody, look, whatever church, religion, girl, you're a part of, girl. I don't know. It just depends on, I guess it just depends on, it just depends. Like when I was in church, I attended a Baptist church. I used to love church. My experience growing up wasn't bad. But then you would ask some other people, girl, their experience probably was horrible. My experience with church folk got bad once I moved to the city. And I started to look at church as just a completely different way. So maybe Heather's situation, could be different from Jax. I don't know, but girl, I don't know, child. Angie and Meredith and Monica have a conversation. Angie K basically says that she doesn't really want to start even. You know who kind of gets on my nerve? Angie and Monica. I didn't understand that conversation that Lisa and Angie K were having at the end. It sounded like Lisa was questioning Angie and I guess her relationship with Monica. I don't know. It just was all over the place. That's what I feel too. I feel like it's too many conversations. I feel like it was too many conversations going on with Whitney and Lisa, and also with Lisa and Angie K. It sounds like it's 15 different conversations going on, and they're putting it into like 2 minutes, and it was hard for me to keep up. I don't like when it's hard for me to figure out what people are talking about, and I watched every episode. Okay, that's why I started to get confused and frustrated and pissed off. And I feel like with Lisa and Whitney, when they were at that table, I mean, when they were at Whitney's home, I felt like it was just like I felt like it was different conversations being discussed. But then when Andrew K came to Lisa's home at the end, I just didn't understand what they were talking about, and I was like, this it shouldn't be this complicated. Anyways, girl, that was pretty much it. Angie K, Meredith, Monica had a little powwow. Angie lets Meredith know about her saying she was going to ruin her family. Girl, ain't nobody ruin your family, girl. If anybody ruined your family, girl, lucky it was Monica and Whitney Rose. Whitney Rose put a battery in Monica's back, and Monica came out and spilled the tea. Yes, Meredith did say, girl, she could ruin your family or whatever. But girl, we didn't know what the rumor was until Monica told us. Period. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. The rumor could have been anything. And the simple fact that Monica straight out came out and said, they said her husband is fucking other men, girl. Monica wanted a moment, girl, and she knew she was being outright messy. She could have said something like, I don't know what she could have said, but she could have said something like, they say that Monica's husband sleeps with other men. But she was like, fucks other men. I said, oh my God. Anyways, girl, that was it. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.